wasn't the worst case scenario. That storm shifts 20, 30 miles to the west, and it's a whole new ball game.
20 years ago, it was chaos, a catastrophe. This whole area was covered under water, sand, and debris.
2/3 of the country lives in counties protected by levees. Flooding can happen anywhere, even to you.
Together we faced two of the greatest disasters to ever strike this country. I will always remember the countless acts of courage from people all over Louisiana.
Don't be stuck on stupid. Get prepared.
This is a special edition of Sunday Journal, The Katrina Project. All this month, Sunday Journal is looking back at Katrina through the stories, memories, and new revelations about the hurricane that changed New Orleans and Louisiana forever. And now, here's the host of Sunday Journal, John Pastorick.
Today, the Katrina General. 20 years ago, after Katrina hit the coast and the levees broke, New Orleans was desperate. 80% of the city was underwater and thousands of residents were trapped. A simple order came from the President of the United States. Cowboy, get these people out of here. And the legend of the Category 5 General was born. Today, memories of Katrina from Lieutenant General Russel Honore.
Hey, weapons down! Weapons down!
He was hailed as the Category 5 General, the hard-charging, cigar-smoking soldier who led Louisiana out of disaster. Lieutenant General Russel Honore led the federal response and recovery in the aftermath of Hurricanes Katrina and Rita.
Now, this is a picture down in Cameron Parish of President Bush.
Retired, Honore now lives in Baton Rouge. And 20 years later, he continues to write, make speeches around the country, and do interviews about the hurricane that changed Louisiana forever.
Hard to believe, 20 years. It's been 20 years since Katrina. What do you think about that?
I move a little slower, but time passed, and but it's as fresh in my mind as it happened yesterday.
20 years ago, when you think about it, I know when you walk into this room, you can't help but think about it because you got what you call a Katrina wall over here, a lot of pictures and mementos from that time. When you walk through here, whether in a quiet moment, what do you think about? What do you think about those times 20 years ago?
Well, it was, as you know, it was a very emotional time for not just the people in Louisiana, the survivors in New Orleans, but for the state and for the nation. Because people watch one of our most historic city covered 80% of water. Many wondered, how could it happen? And on reflection, it happened because on any given day, Mother Nature can break anything built by man. And the eye of the storm really went past the city of New Orleans, went toward Mississippi. But when the storm turned, it moved the water in the Mississippi River north. That's the surge that the weathermen always talk about. Watch out for the surge. And the surge came up the river and overtopped the levees. So it happened before. We've got a better levee system now, thanks to the federal government. Billions of dollars spent on it. But if you build a 21-foot levee, Mother Nature can bring a 25-foot surge. So we always have to be prepared, as the lessons we learned from Katrina. And the better prepared you are, the more people will survive it. You may not be able to protect all the property, but the idea is how we save lives. That's why people need to listen to the weather notifications. As we just saw in Texas, you get weather watch, you get weather warning. Hope is not a method. I hope it doesn't come in. You got to take actions. And as we saw in Texas, those communities that took actions, they had alert systems, they got their people out. Where it didn't happen, unfortunately, and it's a gut punch to see all those young people die in that storm. But again, we learned that lesson in Katrina.
Do you remember as you're first flying over New Orleans and you get your first view, your first image of what you saw, do you remember what you saw and how you reacted?
Initially, it was over New Orleans East because we came from Mississippi. I saw rooftops. And then when we got to the port of New Orleans, I saw yellow bus tops and a bunch of yellow equipment, construction equipment that was being staged there to ship overseas. And I said, something tell me we could use those buses if they weren't in the water. but all you see is the top of them at the levee, at the port in New Orleans. Then flying in, we went straight to the Superdome, and the lieutenant pilots in the Navy Black Hawk, Seahawk, did 2 turns to assess the landing there because it was an uncontrolled landing. And looking down and seeing 15,000, 16,000 people just looking at that helicopter, all of them waiting for a ride to get out. And then landing, as we land, these magnificent pilots, they said, we're going in, it's going to be a little tight. And I looked off to the left, and the blades from the helicopter was tipping some small tree limbs as we went in. I said, this is a sporting landing, but these guys know how to land on a moving ship. They know what they're doing. And I got off the helicopter, and I walked out toward the people, and to see so many people that's looking at you, is this our ride? You know, that look of anticipation. And as I walked from the helicopter, I walked to the side of the Superdome to look down, and I saw a lady with a shopping cart moving a toddler with water up to chest high. And she was trying to get into the high ground at the Superdome with her baby. I said, we've got to get these people out of here. Walked into the building, and Mayor Nagin was there. There were a couple of National Guard guys. There was a senior non-commissioned officer with a radio talking to helicopters coming in and moving around the city. He was a forward air controller with the Louisiana National Guard. Magnificent, smart guy. And there was a senior National Guard officer there and a senior guy from FEMA. And the mayor said, who you bring with you? I said, right now, I'm bringing the ability to bring in what you need. What are your needs? He said, well, we need to evacuate the city, and we need to get food and water, but we need to evacuate the city. That's my priority. Very clear, got it.
Get more on the Katrina Project, along with special stories and series surrounding WBRZ's 70th anniversary at WBRZ.com.
Take one.
If you've been injured,
It's important to call lawyers you know and trust.
hey, you're Dudley DeBosier, right?
That's us.
Awesome. Hey,
How's it
you
going?
mind if I grab a selfie?
Come on.
Come on.
Absolutely. No matter where you are.
We have Louisiana covered. Hey, man, come on, we need your help.
All right, look right there and tell them what to do.
After an accident, the man Dudley DeBosier. Call 444-4444.
Oh, that was perfect.
All right.
Better than Steve.
Whether we're driving, walking, or biking, all of us have a right to the road. Sharing the road is not only the law, it's the neighborly thing to do. Respect each other out there, Louisiana. Road safety is everyone's responsibility.
I just want to say I'm glad you opened with the song because I lost my voice 62 years ago when I was born and have not been able to sing since.
Monday at 2 on WBRZ2.
This is kind of your Katrina wall, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. My wife and crew came up with this idea to display it this way.
Yeah, and one thing, the first thing I look at, first thing I think of is this right here. Look, what is that?
That's from one of my units. That's an artifact from Katrina. It survived the water. I had a team down there helped do some recovery work at a school, and they recovered that and documented it.
And look at the cigar. I mean, I guess you smoked a lot of cigars in Katrina, huh?
I did. That was one of my, what you might say, my pacifier.
and this is one of the more famous. Talk about this picture right here.
Yeah, this is a picture down in Cameron Parish of President Bush, Admiral Allen, and General Pritt from the Oregon National Guard. And we were giving them an assessment of what was going on. And this is one with Secretary Chertoff, as you recall. And this is an after storm, a before storm meeting with Senator Landry, who made a significant impact on getting the money to recover. She was a hero getting the money to recover New Orleans. And this is the parody of the 27th floor, which the original picture had the President of the United States and some Army guys. This one shows President Bush, Secretary Chertoff, myself, and the Mayor Reagan standing on the banks of the Mississippi River. But it's a parody of the original picture from Hoover.
Well, it combines two events, basically the flood of 27 and Hurricane Katrina.
Right, it happened again. And it's a replay of presidents getting stuck in the flood. I mean, it's politically, because it dominated the conversation.
Do you remember maybe one thing President Bush told you during this time?
Well, on the evacuation, when he came and criticized for not stopping, came back and said, "Cowboy, get these people out of here." I hadn't been referred to as a cowboy before, but I'll always remember that. Do what you have to do to get them out.
But you're in the cavalry and you have a horse, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
And then you have all this, there's a lot of other things, a lot of other artifacts and mementos, honors from Katrina, like on this wall right here. General, if there's one item that really is special to you, what would it be?
I would say what this represents right here. This is a Red Cross corner. The impact of the silent heroes, that's the volunteers, because the Red Cross is run by volunteers. And they were in New Orleans before I got there. They saved a lot of people, provide food, water, electricity, and we saw it right here in the 2016 flood. We saw the Cajun Navy born in Katrina, and since then they go all over the country. But the impact that the volunteer organization like Red Cross, Salvation Army, all of the faith-based organizations that show up, and I think they don't get the credit they deserve because they relieve a lot of pain and suffering of people, our volunteers. Because let's face it, in a disaster, even as good as we've gotten, the government isn't good enough to deal with a disaster. The government can't hug you. You know what I mean? The government ain't good at that. I can give you food and water, but I can't hug you. But these first responders, these volunteers, they show up with hugs, food, water, and compassion.
They were the real heroes of Katrina.
Of any disaster, the volunteers. And the Red Cross is the biggest symbol of that. They do it around the world. But I would say this is a very special corner right here when we talk about our volunteers and the faith-based communities. I mean, they show up. They're not waiting a request from the governor. They start rolling. They pre-position and they're there. And as I said, right here in Louisiana, we got the creation of the Cajun Navy, and they're representative of that.
Here's another look. Here's another picture back here of you and President Bush. Look right here.
Oh yeah, that's and that was signed by the president.
It looks like with very best wishes, George Bush.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
What was he like to work with?
Oh, he, as you saw him on TV, was a serious man with character. Like a normal guy you sit down, as some say, have a beer with. And we literally did that one night. I brought him he came to New Orleans, and we put him on the Iwo Jima. We were going to have dinner there. He was going to spend the night there. And I told the Navy captain, I said, you're going to have a special guest tomorrow night. He said, who is it? I said, President of the United States. And Admiral Allen and I and the captain met him in what they call now the presidential suite on the aircraft. And I don't know how the Navy did it. But by the time he arrived the next day, they had his name on the door in a bronze plaque. I said, how do y'all do that, man? So we go into the quarters and we're sitting down. He had his personal staff that they were going to serve us dinner on the ship, the four of us. And he said, he called his aide and said, bring us a beer. I said, well, sir, we're on General Orders number 1. We're not drinking. He said, okay, I don't drink either. He drank non-alcoholic beer. I didn't know that before. So we all had a non-alcoholic beer. He said, well, let's have some cigars. He said, whatever his aide name was, bring us some cigars. So they brought these nice hand-rolled cigars out. I said, well, Mr. President, I hate to say this, but we can't smoke in quarter. I said, Captain, where can we go smoke? And he said, well, we're going to side deck, or we can go up to the top of the ship. And he said, let's go. So we started walking. The good news is the captain was in front of him because he was running 7-minute miles in. I could hardly keep up with him, going up these tight towers. So we get to the top of the ship, and we're sitting on the top of the ship in a safe area to have a cigar and a non-alcoholic beer before dinner. And the president's having light, reflective moments of his life. And he told the story was, when I was drinking, which he admits to, he used to drink, he said, we played cards all night. And the last bet was a guy bet me that I couldn't ride that mule outside. So he said he went up, and the guy handling the mule, he asked the guy, said, how do I ride this mule? The guy said, get on him, bite his ear, and don't let go. And the president said he got on that mule, and he was doing good. And the guys came out from the card game, and they started laughing and clapping, and he went to laugh, and he let go of that mule, and the mule threw him off. So he told that story, and then some years later, a reporter asked him his most significant moment as president was sitting on top of that ship, the city of New Orleans quiet, the people evacuated, having a cigar with myself and Admiral Allen. He said that was one moment in his presidency, of all the things that happened, one of his finest moments as president, seeing the city quiet, sitting there with us on top of that ship. And I tell you that story because he's repeated that story as one of his finest moments that he had memory of.
Get more on the Katrina Project, along with special stories and series surrounding WBRZ's 70th anniversary at WBRZ.com.
Love is in those first precious moments of life, embracing those first magical steps, watching your children grow and thrive. In every stage of life, we will be here for you every step of the way. From our board-certified pediatricians to expanded access 7 days a week, there's a lot to love. Baton Rouge Clinic, caring for generations.
Don't miss the Rouse's truckload sale. USDA prime beef whole short loin, only $10.97 a pound. Cut and wrap free by our expert butchers. And hand-cut USDA prime T-bone steaks, just $12.97 a pound. US #1 yellow onions 3-pound bag, 2 for $3. Little Debbie big packs, 2 for $8. Perfect for back to school. And buy one, get one free BOGOs. Same low price, twice the value. Hurry. Rouse's truckload sale is going on now.
With your hectic schedule, the WBRZ app keeps you alert to breaking news. From important stories, weather forecasts, traffic alerts, and streaming, we have all of your in-depth coverage. Download the WBRZ app today. Stay informed all day, every day.
Finish the podcast after she finishes her laps.
My fantasy team isn't as important as this cannonball.
Drowning is the #1 cause of death in children ages 1 to 4. 88% of children who drown are under some form of adult supervision. A friendly reminder from the YMCA that your eyes can save lives. Visit phonesdowneyesup.org to take the water safety pledge today.
We
We continue our conversation with the Katrina General, Lieutenant General Russel Honore. You know, you're used to leading troops into battle and facing an enemy. On this 20th anniversary of Katrina, what kind of enemy was Katrina?
It was the impact of weather, commonly called Mother Nature at work, where we got a combination of everything from moisture in the air to the temperatures of the Gulf to the geographic laydown of the state of Louisiana. And combining all of that and the strength of the storm as it approaches the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, of Louisiana and Mississippi, we don't have as much wetlands as we used to have. The previous analysis from the weather people was it'll hit the wetlands, the marsh, and it will lose its strength. Well, it came in through Buras, and then it did a right turn and headed toward Biloxi area. And then what we got in Louisiana was the eye didn't come to New Orleans, it went toward Mississippi, but it pushed the water up where the Mississippi River ran north. A thing very few people have ever seen. And when the river went north, it came through the Barataria and through the Pontchartrain, it overtopped the levees because it went into the canals. And our levees protect us, but they're vulnerable to high water, and this high water came from the surge. So when the weather people talk about the surge, we got to pay attention. And one of the lessons they learned after Katrina was, how do we increase risk communications? It's not just the category of the storm. It's where you are in relationship to the wind that pushed the water inland, because surge water will go 40 miles inland with no problem. If you got inland waters coming into your community. And that was a big lesson learned.
There was a famous line that came from you during all this time, during Katrina and Rita. In fact, you've actually written a book, and it's titled about the same thing, Don't Get Stuck on Stupid. And when I open it up, you sort of give the definition of that line in the first chapter when you say, don't get stuck on stupid, or let's find better ways to solve our problems. Have we found better ways to solve our problems in the aftermath of Katrina?
Oh, yeah, we did a lot of improvements after Katrina. We rebuilt FEMA, doubled the size of it, created the FEMA Reserve Corps, expanded the number of search and rescue teams across the country. By equipping them and paying for their training, we invested big in that. We rebuilt moats in Louisiana, the flood protection system as we know it, done by the Corps engineers around New Orleans. And it stood up a couple tests. Gustav tested it. It was tested 3 years ago in Ida. The flood protection, we still had COVID going on, so we didn't do a big evacuation. We thought it would be a low category storm. It came in a lot higher than predicted, and it took the grid down. So we were able to stay in New Orleans behind the protection system, but the impact was it took the grid down by taking the major power lines down, and the wind was strong enough where it topped a lot of the trees in the servitude, and that took out the cable, the water, and the gas. So people were sheltered at home as they were told, but the grid went down, and that complicated the issue. But by and large, we didn't flood because the flood protection system worked. But that was one of the first storms that made it that strong into New Orleans at that category 2, strong 2, and it crossed Interstate 10.
So you think we're better prepared 20 years later to weather another Katrina?
Oh, absolutely. When you look at the preparedness at the state level, I watched the entire spring here, GOSEP doing seminars with just about every parish. I saw this week in New Orleans in preparation for the water event that we were going to expect in last weekend, the city published the evacuation plan that if you need to evacuate, the buses are going to run this route, and they're going to take you to the Smoothie Center. And I spent a night in New Orleans last week, and they were talking about the preparation for if you have to evacuate, move your cars on the high ground. There's a lot of communications coming from the parish. Same thing in Jefferson Parish, there were warnings going out telling people be prepared. If we get this amount of rain, the normal places are going to flood. But if you have to evacuate, this is the plan to how the evacuation plan will be run. And one of the big improvements made after Katrina, because we had some people, not many, but the story of one not evacuating was enough to convince the Senate to pass a bill, because we had people that didn't evacuate because when the vehicle went to get them, in some cases it was an ambulance because the person needed assistance, and the ambulance driver said, well, we can't take the dog. And these were elderly people who weren't leaving their pets, so they said, I'm not leaving. And the first law to pass after Katrina was a pet law, that if you're going to do an evacuation and you're going to get federal money, you have to have a plan for the pets. And now you see when we set up the Smoothie Center in 16 after the flood in Baton Rouge, there was a big kennel there so people could go out and visit with the animal. And all that is in place now. The other thing is in place is some common command and control and backup generators. That was a lesson learned after Katrina, that many of the businesses have bought their own generators. And then the rebuilding after Katrina was a success because during the recovery and rebuild of the city with some federal incentives, we got more restaurants in New Orleans than we had before the storm, and we got more hotels because of those federal incentives to redevelop and rebuild the city of New Orleans. So the city has come back stronger, but the threat is still there because the levees could get overtopped again, so you have to have an evacuation plan. And we've got to get people to be more sensitive to weather alerts that you get a weather watch, a weather warning, and you've got to act.
How do you want history to remember what you did in Katrina?
That I was a part of a team, a state, federal, and local team that all have one thing in common: to save lives.
Well, thanks for joining us. It's great to see you. And thanks for sharing the stories and memories of what happened 20 years ago. And more importantly, thanks for being first indeed.
Be prepared.
Coming up next week on Sunday Journal, the Katrina governor, Kathleen Blanco. We'll look back at how the hurricane defined her term as governor. That's next week on Sunday Journal. And finally, more on Katrina from the Category 5 general, who once said this: Katrina reminded all of us that on any given day, Mother Nature can break anything built by man. And it did, that day when the levees broke. Just something to think about on this Sunday morning. I'm John Pastorek. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next week on Sunday Journal.